Hello and welcome to the Tea Party Hottie channel. Prepare yourself for day one of what was true is now no longer true. Or, as our good friend George Orwell said, the past was alterable. The past never had been altered. Oceana was at war with East Asia. Oceana had always been at war with East Asia. Oh, do you remember a couple of days ago during the campaign when we were all told that you're going to spread the cootie if you go to a rally to support Trump? Well, now thousands take to the streets in LA and other cities across the US. Take a look at that. Super spreaders. No, it's not. No. What you were told before is no longer true. In fact, CNN doesn't even sound the alarm of the cootie super spreaders as thousands celebrate Biden in the street. Nope. What was true is no longer true. The network previously condemned every White House and Trump campaign event for not following strictly the CDC guidelines. Oh, now they're okay with it, just like they were with the riots. Over the past 8 months, CNN has become the go-to network for alarmist coverage of the cootie outbreak. But the anti-Trump channel sang a different tune on Saturday as thousands gathered in cities across the country to celebrate Joe Biden's election victory. That's funny, I thought Halloween was on the 31st of October. Zombie. In the weeks leading up to the election, CNN repeatedly condemned the Trump White House for holding these various events in apparent defiance of the Center for Disease Control and Prevention's pandemic guidance. Those events, including ceremonies to mark the nomination and confirmation of the Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett, were billed by the network as potential super spreader events. Kind of like the Lakers and, what was the other team? The Dodgers when they won. Cases went boom in LA. Who'd have thunk? But no, you won't hear that in the news anymore. You won't hear that they're super spreaders anymore. Because Oceana, we were never at war with Oceana. In fact, let's see, how does it go again? Oceana was at war with East Asia. Oceana had always been at war with East Asia. You won't get the cootie virus from this, but you know what? You really will. Take a look-see. In fact, you can pretend all day long that it isn't real, and it has clearly been overhyped, for sure. But guys, yeah, it's real. And you see these are the dead people. These are the people that got it just today in Texas, in California, and Florida, and Illinois. Well, you can expect these numbers to go through the roof in 3 weeks, just like they did in August after the riots started. Because guess what? You can pretend like it's not real, but yeah, no. However, and keep in mind, in order to go to the Trump ones, you had to have your temperature checked. You had to do all that. There is no temperature checking here. There is no anything. So expect the numbers to go up. So the irony is, there's a good chunk of those people are going to die. Okay, hurrah for you. Congratulations. And, you know, we've been told by CNN and other news outlets that hundreds and hundreds of people did die from coming to the Trump rallies. Guys, if you were telling the truth, the numbers you see right there in LA, they won't be that big next time because they'll be in the graveyard. But what you heard was true is no longer going to be told what's true. In fact, what about this? What about the 25th Amendment? We were told for years that Trump was not stable. He was too old. He was too feeble. We have to take him out with the 25th Amendment. Folks, you're now going to hear Biden, who cannot speak. One of his favorite things is hippie, hippie. That's not going to go away. He is going to be, if Trump loses officially, because it ain't over till it's over, Biden is not going to get better. Reagan left office younger than Biden's going in, and Reagan already had to deal with the issues of senility, and now Biden's at the beginning of his so-called presidency. It's going to be bad. And who knows how long they plan on pretending to keep him there before they bring Harris in. And whoa, let's not forget Harris was the one that was knocked out in round 2 in 120 seconds by Tulsi Gabbard. Her party wanted nothing to do with her after that 120 seconds, and now she stands on the precipice, a very real precipice, of becoming the president when nobody wanted her. That's going to prove interesting when it comes time to govern. But nonetheless, while we heard nonstop about the 25th Amendment against Trump, you won't hear a single word of it on the press now. And let's not forget Stacey Abrams. Liberal media applauded Stacey Abrams, and still does, for challenging the election results and condemns Trump's for the same thing. Because what was true is now no longer true. Or as I like to say on my channel, if you got a D by your name, it's all good. D stands for didn't do it, can't catch me, can't do anything about it. And R stands for responsible for everything. So what was true yesterday is no longer true today. While Stacey Abrams was a hero for challenging, Trump is bad for challenging, even though she lost by 2.5%. I'm sorry, but in elections, that's kind of big. What else do we have going on that was true that is no longer true? Oh, yes. Let's take a look at this article from GQ, where it says, a handsome-looking group of people, how Don Jr., Ivanka, and Eric Trump have profited off their daddy's presidency. That, you see, that was bad until today. Now, no. Now we can go, Hunter Biden for profit. Joe Biden stood to profit from his son's Hunter Chinese deal. And we had this 7.5 minute interview with enormous amounts of evidence provided to show that Hunter Biden was profiting off of his father's vice presidency. Do you really think it's going to diminish now that he's president? No. What was true then is no longer true now. This was true then, not anymore. Now it's completely acceptable. Wait, there's more. We've been putting up with the resistance for 4 years, and they were proud of it. In fact, Charles Blow says right here, finally, the resistance gets to vote. Now is our chance to put an end to this presidency. But if there's a resistance for Trump, considering Trump got 5 million more votes than he did last time, and there does appear to be a lot of shenanigans going on with the election, will we be treated the same? Those of us that believe in the Constitution, will we be treated the same? No, because what was true yesterday is not true today. That's what we're dealing with, is this constant rotation of we're allowed to get away with it and you're not. That's why it's so important that Trump does fight this in the courts. Because if he can show and he can prove all of the fraud, then finally we get an opportunity to put an end to it. There's a saying that says, if you swing at the king, don't miss. They spied on him for 3 months before he was elected, and then they prosecuted as many people as they could that worked for him and around him, and many of them on bogus charges. Hillary Clinton erased after a subpoena was put up for her hard drive, and she erased it, and she had her smartphone smashed by her assistants. She never got into a single lick of trouble. And the list goes on and on and on. Nobody got in trouble for spying. Nobody got in trouble. Durham should be a cuss word, because Durham was supposed to put that report out a long time ago so that we could finally, for the first time in American history, prosecute Democrats for their wrongdoing. But no, so far the record still holds straight. We only prosecute Republicans for their wrongdoings and what they didn't do wrong. What else is true today that wasn't true yesterday? Well, for 5 years, we were told Russia, and all of a sudden at midnight on December 2nd, when we clicked over to December 3rd, suddenly no more Russia. Did you know there was no Russian interference whatsoever in the election now? All of a sudden, all these people out there cheering? Are they all Russian bots like we were told 4 years ago? Because we were told up until December 3rd that Russia was still trying to manipulate it. Well, okay, then where is all of the recordings and videos of Putin saying, where's my puppet? I want my puppet to win. Come on, puppet, you can do it. No, what was true yesterday is not true today. This is the insane world that we've had to live in. And it's going to get a lot worse unless Trump wins and starts locking these people up. When his audience cheered, lock her up, he really should have done it. Because when you swing at the king, don't miss. They didn't miss. They did the coup. They prevented him from doing hardly anything that he would have been able to do, and yet he still had a lot of winning. But what was true yesterday is not true today. Some things to consider. So, get used to hearing everything that was bad a few minutes ago is now completely acceptable. We went through the same thing with Obama. You had, all through Bush, you had Operation, what were they called? I don't know, but all those women in the pink stuff, and they were all anti-war, anti-war. And then here comes Obama, and Obama expands the war, expands drone killing, and starts killing Americans overseas with the drones. Oh my gosh. All of those women that were in the pink outfits that were complaining about Bush, nope. They just vanished and went away, because what was wrong before is now not wrong today. This is why Orwell's book, 1984, just keeps coming back to haunt us. Because it was happening in his time, it's happening in our time. It's going to happen in everybody's time, because that's how power works. Power is you lie to the people and you make them eat it up and go, "Ooh, that's delicious. I like it. Can I have some more? Let me go stand out here and get the cootie virus that I'm not going to get now because our side looks to have won." Nope. It's a real virus. It's overhyped, but it's a real virus. And there are people in that group that you're looking at right now, they're going to drop dead from this. And I just hope it was worth it. Because I know when people went to the Trump rally to support Trump and to keep America great again, they knew the chance they were taking. They still did the temperature check. They still did all of the health things. And it was worth it to them. I hope it's worth it to these guys. And do they even know that they're losing the election? All they got was the shiny trophy on the top, which they still don't actually have it yet. Not a single state has been certified. And it's not the media that calls the elections. Not in real life. There's a whole lot of stuff to go on still. Does that mean Trump's going to get it? Don't know. But if there was cheating going on, I really hope it actually gets exposed and people finally, for the first time, get prosecuted. So, what was true then is not true now. What was true now won't be true then. And again, we don't even know how many minutes or hours Biden is going to be president, because he's not going to get less senile. That virus isn't going to stop just because of them. And all of the cover-ups and everything that's going to happen, yeah, those are going to continue from the press. Thank you very little. And isn't it amazing that when Reagan got elected, this big news story started about arms for hostage, which never happened. So Trump gets elected, Russia, which never happened. So here you have incidents when Republicans take the presidency, you get swamped in news stories that are based on complete falsehoods, but ride them until they leave the office. And when Democrats get elected, everything that they did do wrong there's hard evidence for, just vanishes in the ether. Guys, that's not how a country functions well. An honest media has to exist, and it doesn't in America. And I'm not sure how far back you have to go before you can actually find an honest media. But with Fox News leaving the game and joining the other side, now there's nowhere to turn to in the big guys that you can get the straight story. And that's Banana Republic on steroids. It's very sad. If you want to cheer up and feel really good about the way things are looking with the House, that the Republicans are doing great in the House, they haven't overtaken it yet. They did take back a bunch of seats. The Democrats won absolutely no new ones, defeated no Republicans. Second part of that was more true than the first part. The Democrats defeated no Republicans in the House, and the Senate still looks to be going to the Republicans, which means a full-on stalemate for government for the next 2 years, and then the Republicans are going to come back with a vengeance, and everybody knows that. Everybody knows that, which is why AOC had better grab reins now, because this is going to be her only chance. And with that, we thank you for watching, and we hope you have a wonderful new court hearing resistance, cootie virus immune, take your pick for which fact you want to play with that yesterday wasn't true but is true today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the future. Or will it be the past? We will have to find out.